Hi, welcome to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name's Louise. Most people call me Lou. For those returning to watch another video, thanks. Would love you all to subscribe and follow my journey, and a thumbs up is the best compliment you can give me. The video this week's a little different. I thought I'd give everyone a little insight onto how I ended up doing triathlon. So here's my story so far. It all started around 2.5 years ago when I started getting pins and needles in my hands and feet. Didn't think much of it at first, and then I mentioned it to my physio, and he was a little worried. So I found myself an amazing GP, and she ordered me to have an MRI scan on my full spine and brain. Then I was sent to a neurologist. This all happened around 18 months ago. Since then, I've had a nerve conduction test and more MRI scans. However, while things got worse with the loss of feeling in my legs, feet, hands and arms, we are still no closer to a diagnosis than we were 18 months ago. My GP thinks it may be peripheral neuropathy or glove and stocking syndrome, as I have no feeling for hot or cold, and the prick test, etc., I can't really feel. I have a second opinion happening in August with a new neurologist to see if we can get some answers on my issues. Anyway, now you know a little background of the situation. I found that exercise was the one thing that kept my muscles from wasting and helping me to be able to get out of bed of a morning and still be able to walk. I found that if I didn't exercise for days, my muscles and legs would stiffen up and I would struggle to walk, let alone get up and down the stairs in my house. I was ordered not to do anything for 6 months, however things got worse, so against neurologist orders, I started to train again at the gym doing strength work with my amazing PT, who is always so supportive of anything I do and helps me work out different ways to do things when I get frustrated and I can't seem to get it. We found together that if I engage all muscle groups, it helped with mobility. Before I went to see a doctor about all this in January 2019, I did a girls only triathlon in Foster, New South Wales, Australia. It was attempted distance, 300 metre swim, 12k bike and a 3k run. I'd never done anything ever like this in my life and had only trained for about 3 weeks before the race. My time was 1 hour, 7 minutes and 23 seconds. Moving to around the end of August 2019, I sat down with the owner and good friend of the gym to set some goals, and that's when we decided to give triathlon another go. Because I said, if I'm going to be doing all this training, I may as well do the training for something. So we made a plan for the next 12 months. How do I ride and run, you ask, if I have no feeling in my legs? This is a question I get often from people. I struggled a lot when I run. I used to look at my feet all the time, so I could see where I was putting them, which made my form and breathing very bad. My PT Ben has taught me to synchronize my arm position with when my feet hit the ground. So basically when my arms get to a certain spot, I know my foot should be close to striking the ground. This now allows me to run more upright and looking forward, hence better running form. Has there been stacks? Yes, there's been many, mainly on the bike. I think there was a point at the beginning where for the first month or so, I didn't do a ride without having at least one fall or ride. So the races we decided were Kingscliff, Queensland, Australia, November 2019, which was attempted distance. Time was 53 minutes, 6 seconds. We had a very fast tide with us for the swim, so it made for a very fast swim at 4 minutes 28. The girls only triathlon again in Foster, January 2020, which I got a time of 58 minutes 14 seconds. Massive improvement on the 12 months before. Spark Helmore Triathlon in Newcastle, New South Wales, Australia was the next one in February 2020. This was supposed to be a sprint distance, but due to medical advice in December, I only did the tempted distance again. My time was 53 minutes 26 seconds, and to my surprise I got first place in my age. And last but not least, May 2020 Port Stephens Festival, New South Wales, Australia, was to be an Olympic distance, but it will now be a sprint distance. So May 2020 at Port Stephens was going to be my first sprint distance race, and then a little thing called coronavirus, COVID-19, arrived on the world scene, and here we are. I was supposed to race yesterday, 9th of May 2020, in my first ever sprint triathlon, but is now rescheduled for November 2020, fingers crossed. So I hope that gives you all a little bit of an insight on how I started my journey into triathlon and how it is helping me maintain my mobility and muscle strength, and I hope that you can all join me on my journey to bigger and better things in the future. My goal is one day to finish a 70.3 before I'm 50, which gives me 5.5 years. Until next week, stay safe and thanks for tuning in.